They were like, did you get Taylor Swift tickets? And I was like, I am way too pretty to be arguing with anybody in the comment section of any post. I'm not doing that.
What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Rhea and Fran giving you that Friday energy on a Wednesday.
That's right. I called you Wea when I introduced the show on Monday.
That's because you hate me so much.
Yeah, I said it. I said, what's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Wea and Fran.
I just fucked up the intro because I'm so stupid.
Fran, don't you just miss Kelly?
Shut up.
Oh, God. No. I'm so happy you're back.
I love Kelly Keegs, okay? My most trusted fill-in. If you listen to the episode on Monday,
She is.
Kelly Keegs filled in for me. I unfortunately had to attend a wake and a funeral for Marty's beautiful grandmother that I actually was I got to meet her a couple times, which was an honor. She was very lovely and, you know, obviously very sad, but also
Very sad, yeah.
beautiful at the same time. So that was
Which is what Kelly and I had on Monday. We're like, this is a major family obligation.
I had to.
Yeah,
you know, obviously
absolutely.
can't miss that. But I am back. I'm very happy to be back. But
As am I.
Fran.
Can't you tell from my infectious energy?
Fran fucking hates me and wishes Kelly was the host of this podcast. But guess what, bitch? This is my chair and I'm not going anywhere.
Oh my goodness.
I love the internet.
Well, it's so funny because
It was one comment on YouTube.
Comment, I know. And it's so funny because it's always news to me because I don't
You
see
don't
it.
look at that
I
stuff.
don't look. I don't read it. For my own sanity, I don't. And,
Well-
and I'm like, so sometimes when you tell me, I'm caught off guard because I don't see it. So I'm like, no.
Well, this is one of those things that I said in the last episode I'd stopped doing for my New Year's resolution. But I wasn't here, so I was checking out the pod.
Yeah.
I was watching and
Wanted to make sure those views were lower than normal.
You just wanted to see the banter.
Yeah, I just wanted to see the band. Well, I was
Just checking to make sure.
I
the
was
views were
wanna check
smiling
in.
so hard the whole episode.
I know. You guys were so happy. But no, I wasn't here, so I just wanted to see what was
Super
going
fair.
on. And then I clicked the comments and somebody commented like, it's so obvious Fran's in such a better mood that Rhea's not there. And I was like, these fucking people. And I walked in today, I said, it's never Rhea hates Fran. It's always Fran hates Rhea. And then we had a chat about how you are not,
I'm not.
overly emotional,
To you.
not.
affectionate person.
No,
to me.
I'm
in general.
I'm really just not in general. Like I have my moments for sure, but I'm just
when she's
like
drunk, she's very
I am very lovey when I'm drunk.
I really feel the love when she's drunk.
I don't, and that's really my true self. No, it's more like I just didn't grow up that way, so I just don't like have an outpouring of being like, oh my god, I love you so much. Like I just said to you before, I was like, I don't think my mom and I like started to end our phone calls with love you till like maybe 5 years ago.
And I actually think that's nuts because I wouldn't expect that from your family.
Yeah.
Just from being around your family a lot, I actually would think the opposite. But
it was just like my family's the kind of family where we're like, well, duh. Like it's just like understood.
Yeah.
It's like you don't have to say it.
That
'cause
makes
it's just like
sense.
understood.
Right.
So we don't feel like we have
Yeah.
to and then when it does like outwardly become like that, we're like, oh, okay, this is weird.
I grew up the exact opposite.
Yeah.
My family is very affectionate. Always. I love you so much. My dad picks up the phone. What's up, beautiful? Like everything is love all the time. I love you. I love you. Can't say I love you enough. And
I
so,
know.
and I'm
My
like that
dad's
with my
gotten
friends.
more like that as
and I'm
he's
like
gotten
that with
older.
my family.
And it's like, and it's very sweet now.
Yeah.
Like he'll, text me and my sister that he misses us, and we're like, that's so nice.
Right.
But
The-
hasn't happened before.
Yeah. So I have grown to know that about you. So
Yeah.
I am not offended by it.
Yeah.
But on the outside looking in, people think you
Yeah.
hate my guts, which is fine. And which is why I brought to you even more love to smother you with because I'm not getting it
Right,
back
to make
from
me
you.
more uncomfortable.
Yes, exactly. So, I don't have much to say about my weekend or whatnot, I saw Right, it was a sad time.
couple days.
But I did see Noah this past weekend, and we had what I thought was a lovely dinner. What did you think about it?
Yeah, no. And I
asked Fran what she was
Tommy
doing
and
that
I
night,
joke
but
about
she
every
was-
time. I mean, it's only been a couple or a few times we've gone out as a group, but Tommy and I always like to discuss like the seating arrangements beforehand. Like, and I was like, when we sat down, I'm like, this is the perfect.
You guys also
arrangement.
had a round table, which
Yes.
was,
Well, that's why Tommy was like, well, I don't know what table we're gonna have. Like, I can't really like predict.
The big round table is elite for a big group,
Right.
because then you're not like when it's a long rectangle. You're whoever you're stuck next
I'd
to. That's
rather
who you're
round.
talking to.
Round is great because everybody can
100%.
chat. Everybody's
You
chatting.
can talk if you're at the end of a rectangular table.
last time,
you're talking to the person next to you
Marty
and across from you, and you're missing the entire
Marty might as
conversation
well
at the
have
other
not
end.
been a part of our.
Yeah, Marty was at the end of the table last time we went out, and he was like, "I'm just so out of this conversation." But yeah, Devin was there, of course, and I just wanted it to be noted that Fran, I asked her what she was doing that night, but she didn't seem to want to get out of her pajamas, which is
I
fine.
did, and I did nothing on
Well,
Friday.
she heard I was going to be there. So.
And she said no immediately. So to thank Francesca for holding down the fort yesterday, I brought you your second part of your birthday gift that
Happy January.
I was so focused on your bobblehead
Yeah.
that I totally forgot that I got you this other gift that has just been sitting in my house for months now.
Yeah.
And so I brought it today. And it's a candle.
And I've seen it. I have seen it already. This is not a big reveal.
And it says, and you're like, it's not a big reveal, so don't focus on my.
Don't everyone be like, she doesn't look like she likes it. Well, I saw it already.
It says, I couldn't get you Nick Jonas, so I got you this candle, which smells like him.
It's very cute. And I've seen people on Etsy like make things like this before. And it's a great idea. And, if only this candle was Nick Jonas.
If it was,
It doesn't even smell good, so I don't even want it to smell like Nick Jonas.
I really can't pinpoint the smell.
Neither, because it's not a good smell.
But it's not
I think Nick
bad.
Jonas. I think
It's
it's
not-
not bad, but it's not great.
It's
And
not bad, but it's not great. But I can't, there's one.
I think Nick Jonas smells better than that.
Definitely.
100%. Nick Jonas probably has an
Definitely.
amazing scent.
God, sometimes.
You know who has
I was
amazing
actually
scent?
just
His
about to say
wife.
something so creepy.
That you wish you knew what Nick Jonas smelled like. You
that
wish
I
you knew his
wish
cologne?
when we were with them, doing the Coors Light stuff and the interview, that I took a better whiff. That's
So
No,
that I
that's
took a moment to inhale and remember, because I don't remember. I really
honestly,
I wish
that
I
is-
took a second to really sniff him and appreciate it.
I totally understand what you're saying.
Yeah,
I don't find
moment
that.
lost.
no, but I remember when Priyanka first came into the old office.
Oh my
and
God, smelled amazing.
She walked into our control room and everyone was hypnotized.
Yeah, once you smell something
God,
so good, you're
she
like,
smelled
"Ooh."
fantastic.
Even at Kent State, I think when we
No,
met her
she
again,
smells
she
amazing.
just has a great smell.
That was she left a trail when she walked into the old office for the first time. Everyone was even if you didn't see her, people were like, something smell, and then they realized it was her.
That's like Rihanna.
Yeah,
And I have smelled Rihanna. And
Yeah.
it was one of those things where a beautiful
That's a situation though where you someone smells you, so you tell yourself,
like-
take a sniff and remember.
No, but I didn't smell. I smelled the smell first, right? There was a beautiful smell. And then all of a sudden, Rihanna came walking by and I was like, holy fuck, the rumors are true. She smells amazing.
Yeah.
But when did she always smell good, or did she start smelling good when she became famous?
I think you pick up a scent.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just that's been a known thing as she's been famous.
That she smells good?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's like a rumor.
Yeah. Oh, it's
Not a rumor, it's a proven
confirmed.
fact.
Many people have said how amazing she smells.
Look at me. In your left eye, you got a
Boogie?
in the
Boogie
inside.
nights?
Yeah, inside. Oh, I think you just made it worse.
Oh, shit. Shit.
See what I'm talking about?
Yeah. It's because I put black eyeshadow on my eye today. Better?
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm going for the grunge look.
Under eye. No. Under eye on that side.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, now you're good.
Just can't win today. Okay. Well, anyways, while Fran judges my appearance, I wrote a beautiful poem about her. It's called...
is me. This is how I show my love. Because remember, just think about it. When we get to the end, or when the YouTube comes out, and you take a screenshot and you go, "How did none of you two idiots tell me that I had a little thing in my eye?" And I say, you know what? I thought it, and then I didn't say it, but I thought it, and I said it.
Thank you. No, I actually do appreciate
Yes.
that. It's like when you have something in your teeth.
Yeah.
And then you go look, you had something in your teeth, and
Yep.
you go back to those people who say, "Why didn't any of you tell me I had something in my teeth?" You fucking fake friends.
Exactly.
I hate that. Okay, this is a poem called Francesca, and now I am no.
You, by the way, out of the blue,
expert.
said you were going to write me a poem.
Yeah. I don't know. I was feeling happy today.
Yeah.
She's feeling insecure after Kelly.
Well,
She
asked me what kind
and
of
I
poem.
know that Kelly loves poems. And if Kelly was sitting here, she'd write you a poem.
But I want a
And it'd
Rhea.
be
I
good.
want a Rhea poem, not a Kelly.
It is
poem.
not a Kelly poem.
Yeah,
I'm telling
exactly.
you, what I was about to say is I'm not a literature expert.
Yeah.
And I don't even
Kelly
know.
reads poetry.
I don't. Yeah, no, not me.
I don't
even.
either.
Wait, recreationally?
Yes,
Yeah.
Kelly loves poetry.
Kelly loves poetry.
I have no idea if this is even a poem.
You know what? Anything's a poem.
Some of it rhymes.
Haven't we had that conversation on the
Yes.
show like years ago?
Anything
We were like,
could be a
what?
poem.
Anything could be a poem.
And so some of it rhymes, some of it doesn't.
Perfect.
Whatever happens, happens.
Okay.
Now it's called Francesca, but the word Francesca is not incorporated much because it's hard to rhyme with.
Can't really rhyme Francesca with anything.
Yes.
That was a problem growing up.
Okay. Fran, what a lovely dainty hand. Her aura reminds me of warm sand. The knowledge she holds knows no bounds, and she will always stand her ground. Italian princess that she is. Olives will be more than just her skin. Skin that glimmers even without light. A feisty brain that will put up a fight. Mangled thumb, beautiful bum, but she will not succumb to childish games. Tame she remains. Francesca, a beautiful sound like ocean waves. I heard she even once loved raves. Fran, we end here. Please always be yourself, my dear.
That was a beautiful
Thank you.
poem.
Do you have tears in your
a little
eyes?
bit.
I got her. I got her. She
It was a nice poem.
She's crying. I got her to cry. Oh my God. This is my
I
life.
don't know, of all things
This
to make
is my
me tear
life's
up.
greatest accomplishment.
Of
Oh
all
my
things to make
God.
me tear up. Maybe I'm getting my period.
I am. Maybe that's why I wrote you a poem.
Maybe.
Here you go, Francesca.
Oh,
That's
thanks.
for you. So you
Thank
liked?
you.
Oh my
That was
God.
beautiful.
Honestly,
And I
I
asked for a poem that rhymed, and I thought you rhymed
I-
that. I thought you did that beautifully.
couldn't have asked for a better
Yeah.
reaction. My God, I am honored.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I am honored. That was
Thank
a
you.
beautiful poem.
Thank you very much. And
I kind of wish you didn't rip it out though. Like I want to save it, but I also feel like we
that's
keep
for
it
you
in
to
our
s-
notebooks
for you to save. Take home.
Okay.
Put it next to the bobblehead.
put it next to the bottle.
Put it on top.
Just
put it under the
just a
bobblehead.
shrine to Rhea in my apartment.
It's of all you. It's a
Yeah.
shrine to yourself
yeah, but
from
all
me.
from you.
That's which is kind of creepy. By the way, I've been collecting little things of your hairs.
yeah.
Soon,
Just clone me.
soon to give to you at your next birthday is a bottle of your own hairs that I've been keeping and gonna put on the market.
Would you keep your children's hair?
So
I know people.
I saw
do
this with Kourtney Kardashian.
Yeah.
Did you guys know about Fenway's hairs? That we each have
Yes,
necklaces
you
with
talked about
Fenway's
this.
hairs.
You talked about this, I think, not that long ago.
When we were going to Boston, because I said,
Yeah.
should I bring Fenway's hairs
Yeah.
to bury into
Yeah.
Fenway
Correct.
Park?
Correct.
And we didn't do that.
No.
Like I think of saving their first haircut
Yeah.
is sweet, but what am I going to do with it?
Right. It's like
Like,
when
I'm
you
gonna
put it in like
a
a
safe?
in like a scrapbook or something, and then
Scrapbook
you open
is
it up,
cute.
and then it's like
First birthday
hair.
scrapbook.
Yeah.
First, yeah, I don't know. I probably won't do that.
It's hard because I feel like you want to do that stuff, and then life gets in the way. It's hard to keep up with all that stuff. Like I have friends whose moms like really kept very detailed stuff, and I'm like, oh, that's so nice. But and then as you get to later kids, then they have nothing because it's like, oh, I'm not doing that. And then the younger kid like gets sad. Gio always jokes. She's like, there's not as many home videos of me as there are a Fran. I was like, yeah, there's not.
Been there. I know what she's talking about.
Yeah,
One home video. My dad's just like, shut up, Ray. You're being annoying. I'm like,
pretty much.
my sister was at a baby shower the other day for one of her best friends that she's grown up with, and the mom of the best friend was apparently talking about me, like, raving about me, no big deal. And she was like, I always knew.
I always knew that Rhea should be a
Yeah,
star.
I always knew she'd be a star because whenever she was at the softball games, she wouldn't shut up, and your mom just kept saying, shut up, Maria, you're being annoying. So that's really nice that my parents just always like kept me grounded like that. Just
Yeah.
told me to shut up all
Need
the time.
those people.
And yet I didn't listen.
Nope.
I saw a clip of you on TikTok the other day from our podcast that I wasn't on.
I was
as a
like,
fan?
wait, I was like, what?
Oh, I know her.
I saw a clip of you. I wasn't on the podcast. I don't know when this was. It must have been from months ago or the most recent one. Couldn't tell. And you talking about baby names.
Oh, long time ago.
Months ago, which was
my
just-
sister sent this
Which
TikTok
was
to me
just
too.
posted the other day, I guess.
Yeah, Devin's posting old clips on
Devin
TikTok.
sporadically
It's
saves ones.
saves
Yeah,
them.
sometimes there's
And,
old ones. And if viewers, if you can't tell, I've let my hair grow out way farther than I should. I really had to get it done, but I could tell when the videos are older because my hair looks nicer.
I think your hair looks great.
Thanks.
But you said that people always ask you if you have any baby names, which I still find odd that you don't have any baby names considering how long you and Joe have been together, but that's besides the point. And then you just said that you just like your own name.
Yeah.
Are you planning on naming your child Francesca?
It's an option.
I don't hate it.
It's an
I
option.
definitely don't hate the name. I mean,
maybe
I like
even
the name
middle name.
Francesca.
I don't know.
But
like I could
You don't
almost
have
see me
one
doing
name?
like a middle name, but then like she goes by her middle name.
oh my gosh.
No, like I don't know. I just feel like my mind is going to change. Not that I'm somebody that follows like trendy baby names. There's always the classics. There's always the classics that Italian names that I feel like work for different things. But I feel like I need to be closer to the moment to
so
really
interested in knowing what you name your kid.
an idea. And I just, it's funny. And I don't know if it's just like because of my family, but Gia, my sister, sent me that TikTok also. And she was like, wait, same. Because Gia loves her name too. And she's like,
Are you guys serious?
Name our kids Francesca Jr. and Gia Jr.
I'm so happy you guys love your names.
Yeah.
There's other names out there that you
No,
guys
there's
love and
great
name your
names, we
kid
just-
and
I
also
know.
love your kid's name.
No, I know.
And then so that Francesca's yours.
I know. I just have such a deep attachment to Francesca that I like want to pass it down.
You
And
know
I
what?
think
If you
Gia
want to do that,
feels
I
the
think
same
that's
way with
beautiful.
her name.
Can I say something that's kind of fucked up? It's kind of a weird
Yeah,
thought.
let's do it.
So you know how the sons are always named after, not always, but it's always the son's name that is named after the father.
My brother is the third.
Yeah, like I would never be able to name my son Matt because like I'm using the name Matt in other circumstances. Know what I mean?
She's talking about.
Oh, I get it. I get what you're saying. But fair. I just think I don't know if that's as weird as it seems to us now.
It's probably not.
You know?
I'm probably being a creep.
Yeah.
I'm probably being weird about it.
No, and I also think sometimes when they do get passed down like that, there's nicknames.
Right.
You know, like maybe you have a pet name. I don't need to know the details of your sex life at this moment on this podcast. However, I'm saying like maybe you have versions of Matt that you would never use elsewhere. But if you had named your son Matt, you'd be like, well, these are like his names, not use the same ones. Do you know what I'm saying?
I don't have another version of Matt.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, I don't know. Maybe do you ever call him Maddie? Like
My dad calls him Maddie.
Okay, so well, that doesn't count.
My dad calls him
but
Maddie
I'm saying, like,
all
for
the
a-
time.
for a boy,
and his nickname is here is Marty, so Matt feels
Yeah, yeah.
safe to me.
But I'm saying for a boy, like maybe he becomes Maddie and not Matt. You know, like there's like John
Yeah.
because
And then your
Johnny.
brother's JB.
Like my dad, my grandpa is the old school. Like he was named John, but they called him Jack. Like I feel like that was a big.
That always
like
happens.
it's
That makes
Jack.
no sense to me.
Jack's a nickname for John.
It makes no sense.
Same amount of letters. I don't know. It's a nickname. So he's Jack. My dad is John, and my brother's JB. But they all have the same name. But they have obviously different variations of the same name.
Yeah.
So like, you know, maybe there's an initial play there.
Right.
Like you got
I don't plan on
Yeah.
naming my boy
Matt.
Matt. I don't.
You're just throwing out an idea.
I don't want to pass
But
down
you
any
have
names.
names.
Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah. See, teach their own. I don't know why. I've just never really like. I'm judgmental on names. Like I get told names where I'm like bad name,
You're judgmental on mine, right?
or like
Mine
or like good name, or like in my head I'm like bad name or good name. But I don't really have any of my own for people to judge. So
I feel like people would expect me to pick really Italian names, and they're just not at all. They're not even. I don't even know if they are considered anything.
no. Nope.
But I won't be. But I won't be saying.
Yeah,
them.
I didn't want to give too many details.
No, I
either.
won't. I won't be saying them. This has been a great chat.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming along. Sorry.
Thanks for my poem.
You're welcome. And I'm sorry that I couldn't be Kelly Keeks.
Yeah.
I love you, Kelly. I do love Kelly.
As do I.
And her
We
hair
had
looked
fun.
Her hair looked great on the podcast.
Yeah, she looked very cute. You can always you know what the real problem is? I mean, we always look good, I would say.
I wouldn't say I always look good.
No.
I'm gonna be honest.
Well,
Sometimes I come in looking like a
actually,
slob. Sometimes I come
I
in
do
with my
too.
makeup done.
Well,
it really depends on the day.
I think we're both in unwritten we're in cahoots. we have an unwritten understanding.
Oh, I text you sometimes too. I'm like,
You
yo,
do.
what's the vibe today?
An unwritten understanding too that like the Monday mornings we're not putting an A+ effort.
I'm not putting eyeshadow
You know?
on for Monday mornings.
Right, exactly. So
Tuesday afternoon, I got the eyeshadow
Monday
on.
mornings, like as I was about to walk out of my apartment, I was like, oh fuck, Kelly's gonna look good because when Kelly comes on, she looks good,
Yeah.
and then I was like, fuck, I did not meet her level.
You
But
always
that's okay.
meet everyone's level.
Thanks.
With your beauty and shine.
Thanks.
Not writing another poem. Okay. Let's get into...
I'll take this one.
Please frame it. I'll buy you a frame. I think
Okay.
I got my makeup on the... I'll cut it off.
It's like your signature.
Ew. Okay.
You left your mark.
I feel like I had more to say. Maybe I wrote something down. I'm sorry. I'm in the mood to chat. I know you're not, though. You said you had a headache before this.
No, we've had a very productive day.
If you have New Year's goals, HelloFresh is here to help you achieve them. You could skip the grocery store and take control of your time and budget with delicious recipes delivered right to your door. They're fast and fresh recipes. HelloFresh's latest line of meals features robust flavors and filling portions and are ready in less than 15 minutes. You can enjoy the taste and quality done quick with recipes like the falafel power bowls, the seared steak and potatoes with a little sauce, the Southwest pork and bean burritos. So many options with HelloFresh. With HelloFresh, eating well in the new year can be stress-free and delicious with over 35 weekly recipes. And they also have a ton of options, like I just said. You can choose calorie smart or carb smart recipes or even customize select meals by swapping proteins or sides, upgrading your proteins, or adding protein to a veggie dish. Skip the line at the grocery store, skip hauling your ass to the grocery store, and just get HelloFresh delivered right to you. Go to HelloFresh.com/CITO21 and use code CIT21 for 21 free meals plus free shipping. That's 21 free meals with code CITO21. Guys, it's a no-brainer. People love HelloFresh. I know a ton of people in this office that are eating HelloFresh all the time, and they can't stop raving about it. HelloFresh is the best quality meals that you can get delivered right to your door. So that's code CITO21 at HelloFresh.com. Once again, CITO21. That's HelloFresh.com/CITO21.
Have you heard about this?
Oh, I had something I wanted to talk
Okay,
about.
go
Sorry.
ahead.
No,
No, I was just gonna say if you had heard or looked into this Chat GBT thing at all. Have you?
No.
It's
I don't
like
even know what
the
you're talking
AI thing that like writes essays or
Are you
writes whatever.
are
for
you bringing this up because of what I said in the last episode?
What? What?
Where I literally brought up ChatGPT.
He only listens when I'm on the podcast.
Oh no, I kind of do. Oh yeah. I do.
Even
remember
Kelly and I
this.
were straight. I brought it up when we were talking about Megan. Sarah's nodding her head. She remembers
Megan
the movie. Yeah. And I said, have you guys seen that stuff?
Oh, the AI stuff.
TikTok, ChatGPT.
Oh shit.
I can't believe you just like organically brought that up as like a new topic. So guys, you hear about this ChatGPT stuff? No, haven't heard of it. Please tell me more.
Never mind then. Never mind.
I have
If you
something.
are interested, I guess listen to the last episode.
Yeah. I have something that's more serious.
What's funny is he brought up that exact example on air. You were like, "Oh, isn't that the thing that like writes
Holy
essays?"
shit! I need to stop smoking weed.
Good lord! Like that's like you brought up that exact example.
You still smoking these days?
Good amount.
Clearly.
honestly, yeah.
Clearly, yeah.
But I switched off the. I used to be a big pen guy, and then I convinced myself that wasn't good for me.
It's not.
And then now I'm just like pre-rolls every day.
Yeah.
I have
Big
not-
shop opened up down the street.
Really?
I heard that
block.
like
Did
the
you see
first
that?
real like official dispensary opened up downtown.
Yeah,
I heard
mean,
that too.
there's a giant one. It took
it
over
real?
like one of those food places. Yeah, it's. I don't know. All I know is it has
'Cause I just go to, like, a
balloons.
smoke
It's
shop.
massive. It's big. I looked in the window. It's a giant storefront. They got all the glass
Wow.
cases.
Maybe I'll have to try it out.
Yeah.
I have not taken a single puff, not one single puff since September. Not
Wow.
one
You don't miss it?
single, not even a little
You know
bit.
that's the thing. It's like you don't go home and you're like not that hungry, but you want to be hungry.
No, I'm always
That's
hungry.
how I am. I'm just like, I really want to enjoy this food even extra.
That's
You know,
I
It's
used
not
to
good.
I
It's not
I
a
used to
good
think that
habit.
way, so I know what you're saying.
I
but
really do think that's something that you need to work. That's an unhealthy
no, I know
relationship
it's-
with.
Well, it's not.
Food
It's
a
not
little
only.
bit.
It's unhealthy
And,
with
you know,
food,
yeah.
and it's unhealthy with like sleep because
Yeah.
I kind of needed to go to sleep too.
Yeah.
Well, that's just it becomes
Yeah.
you become dependent on it.
Yeah.
Which is where I would.
My mother hen instincts are kicking in here where I'm like, that's just
No, I know, and I would be much healthier. If
But
I
I
didn't,
will
because
say
eat,
to you-
I overeat.
And I don't want to sound like because I did smoke all day, every day at one point. So I don't want to sound like I'm above anybody because I'm not. But I'm telling you, I feel wonderful. I do not miss it at all. No part of me ever feels like I want to partake in it. If somebody else is smoking around me, no, I don't want it. Like there's no part of me that wants it in any way, shape, or form. And I feel great. My head has never been so clear.
Yeah.
So
Look,
if you feel like you have
a case to case
It is
situation,
case-to-case.
I mean, it's
like
because
it's
if somebody
people-
could stop and be
person-
like, "Oh my god, I need it."
Yeah,
But also-
and it's helpful for some people.
Yeah.
There's obviously like there's medicinal benefits. There's so many reasons.
Right.
Like it's just that this is what I'm talking about with like TikTok and people recommending stuff for you. Like find what works best for you. It doesn't have to be what works best
Right.
for other people.
Exactly. I agree with that. I think that where I was with it was not a healthy relationship
Totally,
with weed. I
totally.
think that I overdid it.
Yeah.
I was using it just because I was
And it wasn't even like affecting you
no,
anymore.
I wasn't
It
even
was
getting
just-
high anymore.
yeah,
it was just a part of my routine where I would wake up, smoke, eat lunch, smoke, go shower, smoke, everything
Yeah.
I smoked before because it was part of my routine until it started giving me a bit of it. Like I was like, why am I even doing this? I don't even feel anything. And then now I feel great. So it really is, like you said, case by case thing.
Yeah.
What I wanted to bring up, which once again, darker, not really fun topic, but if you've been keeping up with the Idaho murders and the case, we mentioned the last time we talked about it that the full affidavit was released, and after that, I went home and I read the 19 pages.
Yeah, I read it
of
too.
Holy shit, all of them?
Oh yeah, and because I want to be informed.
It didn't take as
It's
long
not
to
very
read as
long,
you would think.
And I want to be informed because, like I'd mentioned, there's so much misinformation
Yeah.
that I don't want to, when I'm talking about it, because it is something people are talking about, I don't want to spread any misinformation. I want to know what I'm talking about. And so what is really bothering me is the victim blaming that's going on with the poor surviving roommate. There was two that survived, and one of them, she was mentioned in the affidavit of seeing the guy, and people are tearing her apart more than they're tearing apart the suspected murderer.
Right.
And it's really grinding my gears. You have no idea what you would do in that situation. No idea. You could be paralyzed with fear.
Yeah.
You don't know what you would do. People say and also 8 hours doesn't feel like 8 hours in that amount when something like that's happening. That time
There's
goes
a
by
lot
fast.
of like
There's
medical
a lot of factors.
there's a lot of psychological things that go
Right.
into
You're scared. You don't know if he's
shock
still in the
and-
house.
yeah.
You don't want to call just in case he's there. There's so many things that go into it. That the fact that people
Sometimes
are
some people-
ripping this poor. I mean, she's dealing with enough.
I
It's
know.
So sad.
And even sometimes like you might not even be registering what's happening, and it's the middle of the night and you like you're so out of it, and then your body is also so tired because you've just been awake for a long time. Like you've been out, like
maybe you were drinking,
yeah,
maybe you
so,
were high.
like
you don't
even
know.
like you may just pass out and you don't even realize.
right.
There's so I mean, look,
There's
there's
so many factors. We don't know all the information.
Yeah, there's so
and
many
I just think
things that could have played out there, and it's just like yes, there was time, but like at in that scenario,
you just
it's
don't
just-
know,
you don't know
what you would do.
You
don't.
You
So I
don't.
don't know how people are.
you can say, "Oh, I would do this." You don't
really
know.
don't know.
You don't know until
you just don't.
it's right
and so
in your face.
I think that oh my gosh, people
young
need to
kids.
chill out and just take your anger towards this guy rather than the poor
Yeah.
surviving roommates. I'm like, these poor girls, their lives are going to be changed forever,
Mm-hmm.
and yet people just don't know when to stop. And so I've
couldn't agree more.
been keeping up with that, and it's just crazy. It is really,
It's a very good point.
really insane. And the more details that come out are just,
Yeah. It was a crazy like news week over the last week or so. So, and I feel like some people have obviously been paying attention to that, but just nationally, there was just so many things going on, whether it was just like the vote for the Speaker of the House and like all the stuff that was taking over like national news and got so much media attention that it almost felt like that stuff was like taking a back seat a little bit when it was such a big thing that affidavit had come out and people were talking about it. But we were also on like the 12th vote. So it's just like, it was just
There was a lot going
There was a
on.
lot going on news wise, for sure. So some things get buried,
Right.
and not buried, but just not talked about as much as you think it would be talked about.
Right. And as the days go on, more information will come out. So, keep up with that.
Yep.
We're going to get into the rest of the topics. We're going to be talking about the Coachella Roundup, which was revealed, and then a couple trailers. Lineup. Roundup. Coachella lineup, and then Vanderpump Rules trailer and Pam Anderson documentary.
Been
on
a lot
Netflix
of
trailer.
Bravo stuff. Like a lot of Bravo news in the last week, more than usual. And I know Kelly and I talked about it for like an hour, but it was like, it was just like a lot.
Sorry, I'm not Kelly. And we also have an amazing interview with Cody Rigsby, Peloton instructor. If you guys do Peloton, then you know Cody. And if you watch Dancing with the Stars, you know Cody. And maybe you're just a fan of his TikTok, Instagram, whatever it is. He was so much fun. We talk about a whole range of things.
Good time sitting down with Cody for sure. A lot of laughs. You guys are gonna like it.
Yes.
Did you
all
see
right.
this Prince Harry headline? This one's ridiculous.
No more. Stop reading
But
the
this one's
headlines. I
ridiculous.
need to read the book. I'm actually getting mad at the headlines.
Hear this one. Prince Harry reveals he once did mushrooms at Courtney Cox's house, where he
I already saw this
hallucinated
one.
that her toilet was talking to him.
Yeah, I already saw that one. It's just like, it's really, I don't know if the press is so mad at him that, like, certain press members that are connected to like the way he now talks about the media, like with Page 6 and the New York Post with the connection to like the Sun and the things like that. I feel like it's almost like we're gonna write so many ridiculous
people don't buy
articles
it?
about it so people don't buy the book.
You don't think it's You don't think it's making people want to read the book?
At first it did, but now there's so many that I'm like, God, now I feel like I've just seen everything. Like, what's the point? You know, it's like every single line of the book, it feels like they're writing a story about.
When does it
And I
come
just
out?
want to read the book today.
Oh, today.
It's waiting for me at home.
She's going to be highlighting, coming back with it on Friday.
Oh, well, no, it's not going to happen that fast.
Oh, okay. Never
Oh,
mind.
we thought you were a good reader.
I got to see. We'll see. We'll see how much of
That
a
wasn't
dent.
a part of the poem.
I thought she was
No.
an advanced reader.
We'll see how much of a dent I put into it. And if I read it in that quickly, we'll see.
All right, let's
That's
get into the topic roundup.
If your New Year's goal is to manage your budget better and save money, then you need Rocket Money. Rocket Money, formerly known as Truebill, is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps you lower your bills all in one place. Over 80% of people have subscriptions they forgot about, like that streaming service you bought to watch just one show on, or that free trial that you never used. Rocket Money will quickly and easily identify your subscriptions for you so you can stop paying for the ones you don't want. Rocket Money makes canceling subscriptions as easy as a click of a button. Simply find the subscription you don't want anymore and press cancel, and Rocket Money will cancel it for you. No more long hold times with customer service or tedious emailing back and forth. The app is great, guys. I have used it before to help with my subscriptions, and I have gone through the list and been like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm still subscribed to that. Had no idea. And they really make it so easy to just go through, cancel. That's what I find to be the hardest part. Like, sometimes you're feeling lazy. It's like, oh my God, you got to find out how to even cancel it. You're on the website. You can't find the right person to contact or the button. Rocket Money does it all for you. So stop throwing your money away, cancel unwanted subscriptions, and manage your expenses the easy way by going to rocketmoney.com/chicks. That's rocketmoney.com/chicks. rocketmoney.com/chicks.
Coachella lineup has been revealed. Pretty underwhelming, I would say. Frank Ocean is set to perform on Sunday night, which I think is, for me, the most exciting. I don't know about you. He was supposed to perform a couple of years ago when COVID hit, and that was canceled. And I think that they've held on to Frank Ocean being able to perform for years to come. But other than that, nothing really stood out to me.
I'll be honest. As the years go by, like, music-wise is what pulls me into Coachella more, where I see the lineup and I'm like, oh shit, this would be awesome. Like, I want to go. Mm-hmm. It does not grab me. Now, the 3 headliners I think are awesome. I think it's different, which is fun. And I think that it brings in a whole, like, different audience, right? Like, Blackpink is headlining. They're awesome. Oh, my bad.
Get it together.
Bad Bunny is Friday night, which Bad Bunny's fantastic too. So like they good headliners. It's for me. It's the what's the proper term? Undercard. Like where I'm like
during the day.
I'm like nothing because normally I'm looking at this and I'm looking at the names underneath and I'm like, oh my God, like the second line where it's like Bad Bunny's the big font and then the first line of all the ones in a row. There's always, I want to say 3 or 4 that I'm like, oh shit, yes. Like I know I would have a conflict on what stage I want to go to because they're on at the same time, things like that. Every year I feel that way. I'm looking at these other names. I'm like, I don't know any of these people.
I agree with you. Because usually we do have the discussion each year, do we want to try and go to Coachella?
Yeah.
And we talked about it last year, lined up with our tour, and so we thought that was too much, and the COVID year we were supposed to go. And so this conversation does come up every single year. And this year I figured it was going to come up again. Do we want to try to go to Coachella? If the lineup was revealed and it was something that really hit home to us, we would try and go.
Frank?
Will you go for Frank?
I mean, like by myself?
Yeah.
There's no, I don't think I could get a ticket. Like,
you can buy them like any
but I
other
don't
normal
think,
person.
Like it's probably gonna be very hard to get, right?
Well,
people buy tickets to Coachella.
You register.
I guess, but like it's probably gonna be insanely expensive. Like just think about everything going into Coachella. You have to get the ticket, get the flights, get a place to stay.
I know. I did it.
I've seen Frank multiple times now, and so I don't have like I need to see Frank.
I want to see him, but like I also think Coachella it's just gonna be insane. Like,
I'm just like I don't think I've ever really listened to too much Frank Ocean.
I think you would like.
You would. Frank Ocean is beautiful.
No, he 100%, and I like it when I hear a song. It's just not something I've listened to a lot. Blackpink, I think they're awesome. Bad Bunny, I think is great. It's just like a lot of the names. I'm like, oh yeah, I like them, but it's not like, oh my God, yes.
Right. Like if Harry
amazing.
Styles, which he did last year.
Yeah.
But that we were like, oh my God, Harry Styles.
Like there's names on here that I'm like, okay, yeah, like, and of course, maybe it's just because it's a funkier mix.
People will go crazy for Bad Bunny.
There's not as much just straight up like mainstream pop, I would say, on this. Like it feels more eclectic, which is fun. It's different. As far as like, I see Becky G on here, Rosalia's on here, Kid Laroi, Charlie XCX, Labyrinth, and then DJ wise, you got like Fisher, Chris Lake. Those are some big names, and then there's always, obviously, of course, a billion other DJs on here too. And as you get to the smaller and smaller font, to see more and more people, but it's just, I would say like fairly underwhelmed as a whole.
Right, and we've had
good headliners underwhelmed.
But even the headliners. Like,
we've had the discussion before.
I get the idea of I get what they're doing for these headliners though. Like these are international superstars. People will flock
they will.
to Coachella for this. For Blackpink, Bad Bunny, their fan bases are humongous. So they will have a massive, massive turnout. Right. I just thought that there would be a little bit more of there would be a balance with like the names underneath of more, I would say, like, I don't know.
Mainstream artists?
Mainstream, I guess, is the right word for it. But
we've had the
maybe
discussion
they wanted
before,
to get
though,
away from that.
That Coachella has become less about the music and more about everything surrounding it. And I think there's a lot of pressure with Coachella, and maybe they're trying to get back to the music.
Yeah.
Maybe the mainstream crowd brings in, everything else.
How many Bad Bunny songs could you name?
I wonder if my sister's going to want to go to this. All her fave DJs.
She tweeted that she was not a big fan except by Chris Lake. I actually saw Chris Lake with Gia and Fisher, I think.
Yeah. You know who's on here? Idris Elba.
Oh my God.
He's DJing.
Idris Elba had that great DJ show on Netflix
DJ
that
set.
just never came back.
Yeah, he's got a DJ set on Friday.
Gia was not happy with it. She tweeted that she didn't like the lineup.
Oh, yeah.
Besides a couple of them.
Also, I will add that it does put at the bottom "Returning to the Desert" Calvin Harris, which is
she described it as an L lineup.
Wow.
Wow, cold.
She has some hot takes.
Yeah, she does.
Kind of an L lineup besides Frank, obviously, and a few others.
Yeah. The they did this last year with Swedish House Mafia. It was like Swedish House Mafia was just like at the bottom. And they did that with Calvin Harris, which I saw people saying like, oh, if Frank backs out, and so Calvin can just take that slot, but he would, be performing anyway, I suppose. Calvin.
I don't think Frank's gonna back out.
Dominic Fike from Euphoria, is he playing?
Yeah,
because I saw he's trending on Twitter right now.
Calvin Harris performed at the Georgetown gym on campus my freshman year for our spring concert.
What?
Is that insane?
Around that time too? That's insane.
2012.
That's like, oh, really?
2013.
That's when he was like popping off, I think, right?
It was unbelievable. It was absolutely unbelievable. I don't think, what sucks is when you lose a lot of your old like computers and stuff. Like I had so much good shit on my old computer and then it just broke.
I
just don't have any of it anymore, but it was just literally in the gym on campus.
We've probably talked about this, but I was gonna say, what's your favorite concert you've ever been to?
We did talk
you
about
asked us about this recently.
Really? Jesus.
Harry Styles, One Night Only.
Yeah,
that's
that
Stevie Nicks. We have talked about that.
Now there's that.
And then I
jumpstart your memory.
Fran did not name one concert that we were at together. Remember, I was like, "That's fucked up."
Oh yeah, the Jonas Brothers show. I was bringing up other Jonas.
The Jonas Brothers show. The first night they were back, where with no phones were allowed. It was at the box. It was so intimate. And I was like, "That wasn't one of your favorite ones."
You were there.
I know. It's okay.
No, that's up there for my top Jonas Brothers shows. As is Penn State.
Penn State was cool.
Yes.
Yeah. Saturday of the Vegas weekend is also up there as well. So yeah, funky Coachella lineup. I think people were expecting Frank. I did see a lot of rumors about Blackpink in the last few days, and Bad Bunny kind of also one of those ones where you see it and you're like, checks out.
Yeah, it does.
Like it's
People
go nuts. Exactly. Not necessarily for us, but
not groundbreaking
for others.
Moving on, Vanderpump Rules trailer was released, and it seems like maybe Vanderpump is going to become spicy again.
Give it to me. I am ready. This is the first Vanderpump trailer in years I've watched that I've been like, yes, this looks like drama. And, it's sad because when you think of the reasons for that, right? It's like, oh, the seasons when they were all getting married and in good relationships. Boring.
Well, that just doesn't make great TV.
Yeah, and now major breakups have happened and new hookups are happening, and that's when you're like, oh fuck, here we are. Like those early Vanderpump seasons where people were hooking up with each other and there was multiple
when Jax hooked up with Kristen, Stassi's best friend, was when Jax Taylor was an asshole.
Yeah.
Peak of Vanderpump Rules.
Yeah.
Right? When he was being the slimiest guy.
So it's it feels like they went back to the blueprint, right? So now Schwartz and Katie are broken up and Schwartz is kissing Raquel. It's causing
Katie
problems.
Not happy.
Raquel also, I think that she's just seen with Garcelle's son in one part too. So I think Raquel's figuring out her single life. James has a new girlfriend.
A lot stuff happening with Lala, and
Brand he's a fucking bad guy.
He is. And
did you see that his Amber Childers, is that her name?
I don't know.
His wife before Lala. Well, they never even got married, but
I saw
that she filed a restraining order against him.
I feel bad for Lala because I think people really go after Lala and they're like, how can you have...
She said she hooked up with James in the trailer?
Yeah. How could you have dated this man? How could you have been with this man? Sometimes you're fooled. Sometimes you're fooled by a person. That happens.
Totally.
And then it comes to light and you're disgusted. So,
yeah. I couldn't agree more. And so it looks juicy. Ariana already tweeted out, me and Tom are not in an open relationship. I'm not that cool. Because that was in a part where I think Katie said that. Somebody said that Tom and Ariana were in an open relationship, which has been a rumor for, I feel like, a pretty long time. She shut that down on Twitter, but it was a part of the trailer as well. So it feels juicy. A lot of issues with opening Schwartz and Sandy. Like, Schwartz is basically like, this place ended my marriage. Like, whoa. So
That's not what ended your marriage.
Yeah.
Schwartz.
yeah.
Let's be honest.
So I don't know. It's gonna be definitely steamier, I would say. And Bravo, they're unloading for 2023. They're reworking stuff, revamping stuff. New Ultimate Girls trip. Cast was announced that looks really good too. That's like all I know, because I was like Alex McCord and Caroline Manzo are doing it, which, you know, if only somebody else from Jersey was doing it, like that really would have been just fantastic.
The early days of Real Housewives of New Jersey were
I know.
insane.
I really wish. I don't think Caroline would have agreed to do it if others,
yeah.
But it's another. They do the Ex-Wives Club, so it's Brandy, Vicky, Eva, Phaedra are back again. They did the last one, and then Camille, Caroline Manzo, Alex McCord, and Gretchen. Another great cast. They're going to Morocco, which is crazy. And I'm excited about that. And I think Catherine is no longer on Southern Charm. That seems to be the rumor, that she's out on Southern Charm. Some big moves being made here.
A lot of changes being made.
A lot of changes
you know
being
what?
made.
That's the way to keep it fresh.
Absolutely, you have to change. That's where it's gotta move on. Because if you're watching like the 8th season of the same shit, it takes a while. There's growing pains anytime like you bring new people. Sometimes new people don't work. Sometimes
they
it does.
really do.
Sometimes it does.
Right, depends.
So, yep.
And then we had the Pamela Anderson trailer for her Netflix documentary.
This looks
was
really
released.
good.
It looks really good. If you don't know, it came out that she was upset, very, very upset about the Pam and Tommy show that was on Hulu when that was announced, when that was coming out.
Yeah.
She voiced her opinion, not being happy with that. You know, the sex tape was something that haunted her life, and she was disgusted by it and really wanted nothing to do with it. And so she wanted a way to tell her story in her life, which I think is super interesting. I think Pamela Anderson is very interesting.
Yeah.
And the documentary will be coming out on Netflix January 30th.
I really like, and I don't know if it's just because I watched The Holiday multiple times during the holiday season, but just like the art of making a good trailer is, you never really think about it too much, but it is fascinating.
Good music in that trailer.
That
is produced
trailer
very well.
Is phenomenal because I think it elicited the feeling in me that what exactly they wanted, right? Like they go into it, they're like, how do we want to make people feel with this trailer? The trailer ended and I was like, she seems like such a beautiful soul.
Yes.
And I'm like,
happy light.
I'm like, have I ever had that thought before?
Right.
No, I don't think so. But after that 2-minute trailer, I did.
Yeah, exactly. Because the music, the dancing, the twirling around,
Just
you're like,
wanting
oh
to
my
be
God,
free
Pamela
and
Anderson is
share
just a
her
beautiful free
life and talk about, her career.
She has such an insane life. Has had an insane life. The people she's dated, her marriages,
even just her viewpoint on love and everything. It's just,
so I think it's going to be really interesting. I'm excited to watch that.
I'm very excited to watch that. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. That comes out the end of the month, which is great. So hopefully we get some good content coming end of January. February is, I think beginning of February is when Vanderpump is back.
Yes.
Tonight's the Golden Globes, which I guess, we can discuss on Thursday if there's something to discuss. But if you guys are all listening to this, you've all watched the Golden Globes, I'm going to watch. Yeah. Because, they're
Golden
bringing
Globes
back.
Are funny.
Yeah, they're bringing it back.
Wait, who's hosting?
I think Gerard Carmichael. He's funny. I think he'll bring a fresh take to it because they are coming off, quote unquote, like being canceled for like in both sides of both ways.
Just give me Ricky Gervais every time.
Yeah, that might be going a little too hard for them coming back.
Yeah.
And they got a lot of big stars to show up, it seems. We've been seeing all day, like the place cards and everything of the celebrities and like where they're sitting. So it looks like they have some legit people showing up, which is going to make me watch for multiple reasons. Same. Red carpet,
put
all that
Margot
stuff.
Robbie and Brad Pitt next to each other at a table. I'm tuning in.
And that's exactly what they're doing. Right. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Like I said, it's hard when it's Tuesday and it's on tonight, but you guys, we've all watched.
Maybe you haven't. Maybe you didn't even know the Golden Globes were happening.
Yeah, it's
and
also
we
a
just told
Tuesday
you.
night. I
And
think
then
that
you're
was
like,
eye-opening for a lot of people.
And then you're like, oh, fuck, the Golden Globes were last night? Didn't know.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Because it's always normally on a Sunday. And we've just like decided to put award shows during the week now.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
And should be stopped.
I know. I don't like it at all,
either.
but we're going with Tuesday. You know, they're definitely doing it to help viewership. It's like Sundays that always goes
Sunday
up against
night
like football.
Yeah,
And so Tuesday they're like, let's just do Tuesday.
let's just see what happens.
Let's see what happens
let's
when we
get
put it on
crazy.
Tuesday.
Right.
We got a great interview with Cody Rigsby coming up, guys. But hey, it's the beginning of the year, and whether you're juggling work, family, life in general, things can feel chaotic. That's why Coors Light helps you find moments to unwind all year long. Whenever you need to hit reset, reach for a Coors Light. It's made to chill. My perfect chill moment are my Sundays. You guys know it's my me time, relax time, just maybe veg out a little, watch football, sit on the couch, maybe I'll go for a walk in the morning, but really some good time where I'm hanging out and can open my fridge and grab a nice cold Coors Light. Or, you know, maybe I'm feeling a little social. You're going to watch a game at a bar, and also making sure that is with an ice cold Coors Light. There's only one beer out there that's literally made to chill. The balance on the bottles and cans even turn blue when your beer is cold. That is Coors Light. So when it's time to unwind, Coors Light is the beer we reach for. So when you want to hit reset, grab the beer that's made to chill. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door with Drizzly or Instacart by going to CoorsLight.com/chicks. And always celebrate responsibly from Coors Brewing Company in Golden, Colorado.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here with a very special guest. We are joined by the lovely Cody Rigsby, Peloton instructor, and from his Instagram bio, he is a celebrity fitness guru, winky face, Peloton, and opinionated homosexual.
That is true.
That is you.
Welcome to the
True.
show.
Thank you for
Now
having
that
me.
Instagram bio has been read out loud, do you want to
Do I
make any
cringe?
changes to it,
Well,
or do you
okay,
think you keep it?
No, the first one is what they call, because that's what they called me on Dancing with the Stars, because they didn't want to say Peloton instructor.
Oh.
So that's what they would call me
No
on
free
Dancing with the
ads.
Stars.
You know what? I
That's why
actually
the
do
winky
remember
face
that.
is in there,
I
'cause
do
you're
remember
like-
that.
Yes. And then
Did
I
you have
do
to
work-
say like I do classes on a stationary bike?
No, like the first episode we talked about Peloton,
Yeah.
and then from there on, I don't know, they probably were like, we're not giving them free
Yeah.
advertisement.
No Peloton shirts while you're doing
No,
the
no.
dances.
I had to like, oh my God, every time I went to rehearsal, I had to like put a tape over like an Adidas logo or a
Yep.
Peloton logo. I was
Yep.
like, oh crap, because I'd always forget, even though they'd be like, don't wear branded
and then
clothing, and I did it all the time.
Right. That's hard, though.
It is.
You know, show up with plain
You
clothes every
never
day.
realize how much branded clothing you have until someone asks you
Exactly.
to not wear branded clothing. We've had that
Exactly.
happen before, where it's
Yeah.
like just wear something plain. It's like how do I not have any of that?
Right.
Where there isn't any logo showing of some sort, but. Cody, we're super pumped to have you here.
And
excited to
so
be
is
here.
everybody else in this office.
I've
you
heard.
are being talked about.
Beautiful.
Yes, water. You're being talked about left and right, and here everyone's like, Cody's coming, and then other people are like, who's that? And they're like, he's a Peloton instructor. Like, everyone's really excited.
Yeah, I walked in, there was some other recording going on of lots of middle-aged white straight men, and they seemed to be interested. And I was
what time
like,
is
wow.
it? 2 o'clock?
The
It's the yak. Yeah,
Yeah.
that checks out.
And I was like, okay, hello. And then apparently there's a buzz here.
There's a
and
buzz.
I was just so surprised for such a heteronormative space. Sports playing here.
See, that's the common misconception of this place, is that people think it's like a frat house. Like, I always say, like,
it was giving a little frat house as I walking by.
maybe like the way
Appearance.
it looks, but
Okay.
like I don't know one person that's been in a frat here.
Okay, great.
Appearance
Like
wise.
that's,
Love that.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the appearance may be messy and dirty.
We're really all a bunch of dorks.
That's great.
I feel like.
Speak for yourself.
How
No,
many of you-
I'm
yeah,
kidding.
yeah.
What is the ratio of people that work here and also live in Murray Hill? That's a really good factor as to if it's a frat house
it's
or not.
probably pretty high.
Well, I feel like there's like a range of the people who just graduated college, interns that
Yeah.
come here, whatever,
Yes.
and then the people that have worked here for years, and like
Okay.
nobody's like we all know not to touch Murray Hill,
Yes.
but then there's a whole group of people that
There's a
When you
big
first
group
move
of
to New
people.
York,
Yes,
no
that's
matter
always
what,
the
you
go-to.
somehow end up in Murray Hill.
Yeah.
And everybody's in a blue vest, blue trouser, blue shirt.
Murray Hill scares me.
It does. Cover your drinks, okay? You know?
I saw that there was a like, I don't know if this is true or not, but there was a rumor that Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner just bought an apartment that was like Murray Hill adjacent.
Okay.
Because people were seeing him on a city bike like all over Murray Hill, and on
Really?
TikTok they were like, "Why is Joe Jonas like the king of Murray Hill right now?"
I would not want that title.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. So I think that might if anybody could make Murray Hill cool, it'd be Sophie Turner. So
That is true. But
that's
And Joe Jonas.
and-
The now, I'm going to say, this is a hot take, the hottest Jonas brother. It's fluctuated.
It has changed.
I like the look he's going with lately.
Yeah, no.
looks great.
It was Joe to begin with, and then Nick got cute.
Nick's her favorite. Oh my God.
my favorite.
Speaking of,
Nick got cute, but then Joe got really cute.
I got her this candle.
What is
Today
it?
I brought it.
A Nick Jonas candle?
It says, I couldn't get you Nick Jonas, so I got you this candle. It smells like him. It really doesn't smell that good.
It's kind of
Well,
a
maybe
funky
that's-
smell. Not my fave.
What is that?
I don't.
I
You know
just
what?
picked-
We
it's
can't
from
pick up.
Etsy.
We
It's
can't
not
pick
like
up the
man
note.
smell.
It's like
No. It's
It's
cinnamon.
not BO.
Am
I thought it was like
picking
vanilla. I
up-
thought I picked vanilla.
Oh, maybe vanilla.
But it doesn't
No.
smell
It
great.
doesn't smell
But it's not
great.
meant to be lit. It's just for fun.
Yeah,
But
it's for
I
decoration.
thought it was gonna be like pure hormones, you know? Or
Right,
like,
yeah. Or I thought it was
nice,
gonna like
cologne
smell. Yeah,
smell. Or
like a manly
Abercrombie
musk.
in a
Oof.
candle. That would be
Oh,
cool.
that- yeah,
Cover your
that'd be
drink.
nice.
That's
Oh man, well Cody, we're pumped to have you here. We're very excited. We're both big fans.
Wonderful.
I am a Dancing with the Stars super fan.
Okay.
So I've watched all of that, but on top of that, I received a Peloton as my Christmas gift a few years ago, and you have
rich.
always been
Love
my
that.
favorite
Thank
instructor.
you. Thank you.
I gifted my parents a Peloton a couple years ago.
Also very rich.
And, yeah, no.
Gifting your parents a
I was just
Peloton.
sucking up, you know.
That's great.
And yes, I've taken classes as well, although I'm not like an avid Peloton user because it's at my
okay.
parents' house. So whenever I'm there, I'll pop on.
We love that.
But I think it's amazing how much popularity you guys have gained from Peloton. I mean,
Yeah.
we both met Kendall when she was working at Rumble. Okay.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, and I had followed her on Instagram.
and Rumble in like New York?
Yes.
That's a
and
long time ago
it was a
then.
really long time ago. And I had followed her on Instagram since then.
Uh-huh.
And all of a sudden, I just saw this jump in like her followers and
Yeah.
like everything. And I was like, she's really popping off. And then I was like, oh my God, Peloton.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
it's so insane. Did you see that coming? And what was your, path to getting to Peloton?
Well, I have been at Peloton in April will be my 9th-year anniversary. So that's a long, almost a
is.
decade
Yeah,
of
yeah,
my time.
right, yeah.
So when I started at Peloton, it was very like a startup, and I had never taught a fitness class in my life. I was at the right place at the right time, and I was just like, I can fake it till I make it. So at the beginning, it was just like, I'm trying to make $1 because I'm tired of cater waitering and bartending and like doing all these odd jobs just to make rent. So I was like, great, I can make some cash, be steady
New York.
income. In New York, yeah. And
How long have you lived in New York?
13 years.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is, I can't believe either. And so I just was looking to make $1, but once the years kind of started to pass by and I started to see the potential of it, I was like, okay, this could be something really big. And so I put in so much work kind of like building who I am at Peloton and also understanding what my brand was and understanding who I was. So that kind of when the pandemic hit and there was this explosion of Peloton, I was like ready to go and ready to hit it hard. So I wasn't expecting it, but I was like ready for it if it had happened, and then it did happen. And even post like pandemic, I don't even know if I was ready for all of the stuff that came my way. It was like you have to adjust, and I think like moving into the spotlight, having more money, having more notoriety, being in the public eye more, you're not ready until you get there, and the problems and the challenges that come with that.
Yeah.
You can only take care of when you're in it.
Mm-hmm.
And even I think the past year I've had to really like reflect and be like, where do I want to put my energy, because it was like really mentally draining and exhausting, especially post Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
Right.
So I've had to like kind of recalibrate this year,
Right.
I think.
What is it like, or on a daily basis, how many people are coming up to you?
Every day.
Every day. I
Every
would
day.
imagine.
But yeah, it's kind of like I have to be ready to be Mickey Mouse everywhere I go. And I'm fine with that. It's part of the gig. I think there's some days that I'm just like, when you have shitty days, and you're like,
Yeah,
I don't
for
feel like
sure.
doing anything.
Yep.
Right.
So like if someone catches me on like one of those days, I have to like take a breath and just like, hey girl, what's up? Okay, let's take a picture.
Yeah.
But it can be kind of taxing. But every day, everywhere I go, it's really a lot in airports or like when I'm traveling.
Right. Because I feel like people probably assume you're on like all the
because
time.
when you're doing the class,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
a lot of it's high energy. You're
Yeah,
working
of
out, and I'm sure
course.
even when you are teaching class, or I mean, you have those days where you're like, I really wish I wasn't doing this right now, but I'm gonna have to put it on right now.
Okay, yeah, let me. I'm having a shitty day. Let me turn it on and
Yeah.
like let me figure it out. But I know that it comes with the territory, and I'm like so grateful for it. So I don't want to sound like, oh, I hate when people like ask me for a picture.
Right.
It's just like days that like it's harder to do so.
Yes, definitely. And also as you've gained so much fame, I feel like you probably get more criticism as far as like you are opinionated and you share those thoughts, which I love because we of course talk about pop culture on this podcast. You do so much during your classes where I feel like it's your own podcast while you are working
Exactly.
out. And it keeps like it
engaged.
is basically like where they're so I'm laughing while I'm listening to you and I'm like, you know what, he has stuck by it. Like he is gonna not like the people he doesn't like, he's gonna like the people he likes, and nobody's gonna change his mind.
And I think, but that's what I think what annoys me about like social media in general is that A, people can't take a joke.
Yeah.
And then B, people like they don't know how to differentiate an opinion versus like a fact about a person or someone that like they love. I think like my queen is what? Britney Spears. Yeah. Bitch, I will be the first one to say that Britney Spears is not that great of a singer. I can accept that. Yeah. But do I love Britney Spears? Yes. Right. Britney's been having some difficult moments in her life and doing some interesting things on her social media. I can be the first one to say like that's a little peculiar, but she's still my queen.
Yeah.
You know, whereas like some people are fans of certain artists or people
they
like
will just ride or die no matter what, and they will not let it go.
They won't let it go, and I'm like,
or they can't
are
accept
you a
if other
personal
people
friend?
don't like them.
Exactly.
Like they're working for them. Like they are working PR
like they're
for
their
that
best
person.
friend, or that this person is going to give them something because they need to defend someone on social media. I'm too pretty. I am way too pretty to be arguing with anybody in the comment section of any post on Instagram, TikTok. I deleted my Facebook, so that's out of the way. But like I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I got way more.
I need to channel that.
What?
I'm way too pretty
what's
to be
gonna come
commenting
from
back.
it? What is gonna come from it?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's mine. But yes, I ride or die for my peeps and like my specific opinions about certain things.
But that's what makes you, and like I said, I think that's what keeps people engaged and why you have gained such a huge following in the first place is that, you know, maybe that comes with people getting mad at you and more people getting mad at you, but it also comes with people loving you more.
Yeah.
And it's
I think there's something about being somewhat polarizing.
Oh, of course.
You know, like the people who like have those similar opinions, like, yes, you're my person, you get me.
Right.
And then other people are like, oh, I don't like this person. That's fine.
Right. Not everyone's gonna like you. And also it's like you're saying what everyone's thinking.
Thank you.
Yes.
Where were you when, was it the AMAs?
Yes.
That you saw, like you made, I think it was like a TikTok or you posted.
They asked me, someone from like Good Morning America or something was asking me.
Was something where like Taylor Swift was like behind you and you were
no, they were like, did you get Taylor Swift tickets? And I was like, I wouldn't go to a Taylor Swift concert if she was performing in my kitchen, which is like a joke that I saw online anyways.
Yeah.
And people are like, how dare he? I'm like, first of all, these tickets are hard to get. So thank God, me, a person with influence, is not trying to get these tickets.
You don't want
like,
you wanted tickets.
Because you could get them.
I
if you
would say
wanted
the
to.
same thing about AC/DC. I would say the same thing about
It's not just Taylor Swift that you're not a fan
Garth
of.
Brooks. Like, I'm not trying to go see these artists. It's not who I'm about. And like, that's okay.
Yeah. The
That's
Taylor
okay.
stuff
No,
cracks me
I
up.
love that.
I love it. I love Taylor Swift, and I so much enjoy watching and hearing you like talk about not liking her because it just cracks me up.
We've had a lot of Taylor Swift debates on this podcast because I am very indifferent about Taylor Swift. You know, like I'm not like I'm obsessed with her, but I don't not like her. You know, I have liked some of her music. Others I think it's the same thing over and over. You know what I mean? Like I'm so indifferent about it, but it is very funny because our producer will sometimes Noah will sometimes chime in with his opinions.
Is
and
Noah a fan? I'd be very surprised.
No.
Okay, I figured.
And,
I figured. One look at Noah doesn't tell me that he's a Taylor Swift fan.
He's a John Mayer
He's
fan.
a big John Mayer
Ooh, that's
fan.
problematic. Okay.
But
But didn't they date?
Yes.
Yeah.
But who hasn't she dated?
Yeah.
So it's like, you know.
And the amount
Me and Taylor have dated.
the amount of hatred that came Noah's way when he said something about Taylor Swift. He was laughing about it though, but it's just funny because you're like, oh my gosh, like people really take it seriously.
Too
like,
seriously.
They will go through.
Let's have fun. Like it's just not that deep, y'all. It's not that deep. And like I think we should be able to humanize our heroes and our idols. And I think that being able to see their flaws and their messiness or their imperfections is a good thing. Because then you can see like, oh my God, there's this person that's had so much success. Like Taylor Swift is like the richest woman in music, right?
Yeah,
like she makes so much money. Like let's celebrate that, but like let's also be like, she has flaws.
Yeah.
You know?
Definitely.
Nobody's perfect. Everybody's
So now.
And like, let's laugh at them.
Right. Definitely.
And you don't have a blood oath on anybody that says anything negative about your favorite hero.
Yeah. I think that's such a good message because I feel like I say that all the time where I'm just like, I like this person. I'm not saying I don't like them, but this is what I think about what happened in this situation. Now, people idolize you. And they're obsessed with you.
And there's plenty of people who don't like me also.
And what would you say for the people who are like coming to bat for you and they're like they think you can do no wrong? You would have the same sentiment?
Yeah, absolutely. But that's the thing. Like I try to like show up in my content, my classes at Peloton or on Instagram or TikTok, and I try to be like, hey, like I don't want anybody out there to think I have it all together. In fact, I'm a complete and utter mess. I'm a messy bitch. I can curse, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Wonderful. I'm such a messy bitch. Like, let me show you how messy I am so that you, on the other side of this, who's ever watching, can like also feel comfortable in you being a messy bitch and accept those flaws about yourself and like not get so caught in your head about being so perfect. So anybody that is a diehard fan of Cody Rigsby and you see someone coming for me in the comment section, just let it be. Don't waste your time. Yeah. Don't waste your time defending me. I'm good. I'm good. I'll read it and I might get sad for like 3 seconds, but I'm gonna keep pumping. I'm gonna get pumping.
Do you ever see the people in your comments like defending you and you have seen it go on like all day? And
sometimes it pops up, and part of me wants to. Part of me just like sticks out of it, but part of me's like, "All right, girl, like chill out. We're good. Like leave her alone. We're good
for 24 hours.
We're good. Yeah, like enough. Yeah, we don't need to fight. Don't fight over me, please. There's so many other things you need to put your energy into.
It's an honor at the same time.
It's an honor at the same time, but don't fight over me.
I am so intrigued by the like inner workings of Peloton.
Oh, inner workings.
And because
are we about to go on a magic school bus through my mind? What's going on?
No,
the inner workings.
The inner workings of Peloton, because I feel like now with all the fame and everyone has their favorite instructor, but everyone now has such a big social media presence and like people date, people don't date, people get married. Like there's so many connections now. What's it like in the inside?
No. It's actually not that juicy. Like the tea is not that juicy. I kind of wish it was. I think we've been really good.
Are you all really friends? Like,
yes,
do you all see each other?
Listen, am I best friends with all 50 instructors over 4 modalities over 4 different countries? No, it's just like impossible.
Yeah.
I think that we are all rooted in this kind of idea that there are enough seats at the table and that everybody is there with a purpose and like fits into a certain lane. So nobody is like, I don't think that there's like bad blood between anybody. I certainly have no bad blood for anybody. Like I stay in my lane. I'm gonna celebrate Kendall doing her thing. I'm gonna celebrate Camila doing her thing, Allie doing her thing, Emma doing her thing. Like I think that's the complete like sentiment, that there's room at the table, that everyone has room to grow and be their own person, and that's why they're there.
Boring.
So that I know.
No, that's nice.
I actually saw a nice quote.
That is nice.
And like the only thing, like, and I'm not like against I'm not against it, but like I would never shit where I eat and like date somebody from Peloton, but there are 4 people that are doing that at Peloton. Yeah. And I am responsible for one of those couples, so I can't say anything about it. Like I trained Ben and Leanne at the same time, and that's where they met. And then I was like, okay, I wouldn't do this, but here you all are doing it, and they're great, So
I can't really
it's like
speak.
the spiciest tea that I have about the inner workings of it all.
I saw a quote yesterday. This is so cheesy, but I think it it kind of relates. It was like lighting a candle doesn't take the light away from another candle.
No.
Which is beautiful.
That is
because
actually
you can
really
light
nice.
multiple candles in a room.
Exactly.
And they all smell
And it
delicious.
makes the room better.
Yes, it does.
That's so nice.
Yeah, there you go. That's
Wow.
Peloton.
That's Peloton,
Just all those lit candles.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, that's no. Well,
but nonetheless a fire
but
hazard.
yeah,
So-
yes,
That
absolutely.
is true. Things could go
And,
wrong if
you
there are
know,
too many candles in the room.
Yeah, absolutely. Dancing with the Stars.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like you maybe got a little bit of the short end of the stick with how like you guys, there's a COVID situation.
Okay.
And because I just feel like you guys got a little shafted.
And thoughts on
Fair.
Tyra Banks.
Okay, we can get there. Let's buckle in, baby. Oh my God, somebody, I don't know where I was the other day. I think it was at Peloton, and like we had a members class, so people were in. This lady was like, I love you, and you got robbed on Dancing with the Stars. I was like, no, I didn't. I really didn't. I really didn't. Thank you. That's really kind.
Yeah.
But I didn't. And I was happy with third place. Wonderful. Now, do I think that there was some shenanigans like throughout the season? Yes. And
What would those shenanigans be?
So I'm gonna like kind of lay it out kind of from my perspective. I don't know if any of this is based in facts. Okay, this is just like my perspective. So I think going into this, the Peloton community really fucking showed up and showed out for me. And when you have like that engaged of an audience and a community that's like willing to come together, it was like such a thing for the Peloton community.
Yeah.
Like everyone was excited about it, and it made me like just like tickled, like I was like, oh, this is so cute. So people like would show this fan base, this community of like 7 million members is showing up, and like either they're watching the show or they're at least like getting on and voting. So I think for the most part, like my votes were in, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
They were like kind of solid.
Yeah.
So I think to make it interesting, they kind of gave me some shitty scores on certain nights where I was just like, I think I did better. I think I did better than that. There were some nights I was like, okay, I'm good with that. But there were certain nights I was like, I think I did a little bit better than
They
that.
were trying to test you. They were trying to push
Yeah,
you.
or like they were trying to make it like, it's a TV show.
Yep.
So they want to
Yeah.
add a storyline to it. They want to make
Yeah.
it interesting.
They need drama just
There's
as any
always-
other
drama.
show.
There's always a contestant who is expected to be not like to be good, and the judges are deliberately like very hard on for what
Yeah.
seems like not no reason, but it's like they all decided like that's going to be
Can
the
you say
person.
that kind of happened with Charlie this season, like a little bit?
Yeah, Charlie's the exception
Charlie?
because she's an absolute
Didn't
dancing
she dance like
sensation.
tens all the time?
Yes,
Like, she was like
yes,
slaying
yes.
the
Yeah.
entire
Yeah.
time.
Or who was
But
it where you
no,
were like the
it's-
judges were like,
No, there's always somebody that Carrie Ann's like, I'm giving you a lower score because I think that you're better than that dance, and it's
You're like a fan.
No, I am
No,
a
no,
fan.
she's
You're
like,
like a
why I
Dancing with the
haven't
Stars
missed an
girly.
episode
Super
in
fan.
I live.
a decade.
Okay. Oh, I love that.
Yeah, so I'm locked in.
Yeah, so I felt like I like a little bit of that, but it's
their place is great.
Yeah.
yeah, and like I had some low scores and still never made it to the bottom two.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
that speaks for something.
Yes.
that definitely does.
You
And
know?
now, second question was Tyra.
Yeah, thoughts on Tyra Banks?
I think like okay, the talking about community, like I feel like the Dancing with the Stars community does not like Tyra Banks. Like they don't like her.
Well, this is
She's
the thing.
leading the
I
charge of
like
the Dancing
Tyra
with the Stars
Banks.
community.
You don't like her as the host of
I
Dancing
like
with the
Tyra
Stars.
Banks. I don't like her as the host of the show.
And that's a fair
But
fair
I like-
analogy.
like, I
but
like
her
Tyra
as a
Banks.
person, like she was like I remember the first week she was like, oh my God, is that Cody Rigsby? I was like, Tyra Banks. Oh my God. And so she was like super sweet, and
We've had her on the show.
Yeah,
she's
great.
She's
Like,
delightful.
we've
she's
talked
so
to her
nice.
multiple times.
she's
But
amazing.
it's
She
just-
was even problematic on. I mean, go back and watch America's Next Top Model.
Oh
Like
my
there are some
God.
problematic
When the
moments.
clips come out
No.
on TikTok, like I've been seeing them
Yeah.
a lot of America's Next Top Model. I'm
makes
like,
it-
how did I watch this show as a kid?
Oh
Like,
my
it's
God.
a
And we
whole
watched it and
different
we were
world.
like,
Yeah.
yes. Like,
Like,
we
oh, I lived and
soaked
died
it
by
all
America's
in
Next
when
Top
we were
Model.
watching it when we were like 12. And
Yeah,
like,
and I was like, oh my gosh, she's gonna shave all their heads. Yes.
yeah. And then they're all going to dress as different nationalities.
Do
and,
you?
like, paint
That
their
one is
faces.
really hard to
Seriously,
watch.
like,
That one's really
yeah.
hard to watch. That one's hard to watch. Like,
That
did they
one
make her
came
girl
out
get
again
blackface?
recently. Yes.
Yes.
That
And you
one
know
came
what
out again
sucks?
recently. I was like, oh my
It sucks for that girl that like now has those
Yeah,
pictures
but
forever, and she's
was
like that.
I was
like,
literally
I,
kidnapped and forced to
like
do
Tyra
blackface
Banks
for Tyra Banks.
made me do blackface.
Yeah, like, wow. And also, like, do you want your career or do you want your baby?
I feel like it's just Tyra lays it on the line. But I don't know. There was just been, for me, there's been a few too many like messy hosting moments where I'm like, okay,
Clean it
this
up.
is, I don't think this is the job for you.
But like, and
But
maybe
they
this
are
is a hot
funny.
topic.
They
Like,
are funny.
I kind of, she either like slayed the outfits or the outfits were like, they were either, oh my God, incredible, or
Yeah.
like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah.
But she's a stunt queen, so I'm here for it. And she's a legend. We can't deny that.
Mm-hmm.
And,
No, she is.
I would-
like, there
like,
are
yeah.
times that are funny, right? Like when she fucked up Landon Barker's name multiple times.
Yeah, like she thought she corrected it the next episode, but then just got it wrong again.
And I got it wrong again. And like Kourtney Kardashian's like sitting in the audience. Like that's not my
That's not my
son's
name.
name,
That's
but
not my name. and like, but
those
didn't
are like funny
Alfonso
moments.
mess up somebody's name, like Shangela's name this year?
Yeah, I think there's
Angela.
always something.
That's live
Yeah,
TV.
it
Like, what,
is.
you know, like,
It
That's the
is.
excuse always.
But how
Live-
many
Guys,
times
it's live TV.
can you use the...
I get it.
It's live TV.
My thing is also like, Tyra, girl, you got
Yeah.
money. Like, why you gotta? What
Right.
do you need this gig for?
Well, I think she's
I
like
would
an
retire.
EP too, right? Like,
yeah, I'm
so,
sure she got those
But
credits.
she can
Yeah.
get money
If
from
I
being
was
that
that
what I'm
rich,
saying, like,
y'all
just
would not
be
see
the
me.
EP.
Y'all would
No.
not see me. I
Yeah,
would be on an
exactly.
island
I say that
in
all
the
the
sun,
time.
letting my investments like pay my rent. Y'all would
Yep.
not see me hosting a show.
You
I don't
would
know how
not
old
be
is
doing
Tyra,
Peloton
like
classes
late
anymore.
40s,
It has to
50s.
be.
You would not if I had as much money as Tyra Banks, my ass would be on a beach
Mm-hmm.
every day of my life, working out, eating right, and not being on social media or in front of a camera. It would not be me.
Right. I don't even know if I'd be working out or eating right. Like I think
Essentially.
I would just disappear, just
Fat happy.
Yeah,
on a
and
beach.
just see what happens.
Yeah.
Agreed.
That's fair.
What other pop culture moments or things would you say that you're super into right now? Or not into,
right
or not
now.
into, like you're seeing something over and over again and you're just like, I'm really not into this, let's stop.
Oh wow, that's really I feel, you know, like I'm
Got a slow start.
35. I'm 35, and like it's a weird generation to be in because like we didn't have the internet and then we grew up with the internet. Like it came into our lives, whereas like younger people have had like the internet like almost their entire life. So like things and trends on TikTok, I'm still like, some of them are like a little side eye to me.
Yeah.
Or like that whole one during the Christmas where they're like, so and so's dead at this age. I'm like, y'all don't
yeah.
fuck around with that energy.
I
Do not
I
fuck
agree
around.
with that.
I
I agree
didn't
with
like
that.
That is
Andy Cohen really didn't like
dark-sided-
I do not
Dark
like
sided
that stuff.
energy. And then all these people at the end of the year started
Yep.
dying
Yep.
one after the other, one after the other. But that I
know.
feel like that happens every year. at the
It's
end of the
one.
year.
It always does. That is true. But I do think that trend has happened before. It gets fucked up when people do older people. Like it was like, okay,
That's
well
okay.
they're not okay, but it's like they're
they're gonna die soon,
old,
so it's okay.
But it was just like
It's
it's
like Vanessa
you could be like, oh,
Hudgens
they're old.
COVID when she was like,
Oh yeah, people are gonna
Oh, yeah,
die.
old people are gonna
Old people are
die.
gonna die. You have
And
to get
old
over it.
people die every day. But no, old people, like it was more of a believable thing that wouldn't necessarily. It'd be sad.
Yeah.
But it's like when people are like,
It just-
"Mom,
death
oh my
scares me.
God!" Like I saw one that was a girl said like, I mean, Bon Jovi isn't young, but like Bon Jovi died. Like it was like clearly mom loves Bon
And
Jovi,
that is
and it's like,
ruthless.
and
Do you know how much my mom
you know
loves
what I'm
Bon
saying?
Jovi?
Like, my mom too.
Like,
it
I
would
think-
have to be a tragedy. Like it's
Yeah.
he's ill or there was an accident. Like it's so
Exactly.
it's like
I think-
people were doing Taylor Swift. People were doing like
That's rude.
Yeah.
Courtney and like the Kardashians. People were doing like where people are young. And it's like, oh, that you're really
just-
putting out bad energy
That's
for
bad
young
energy.
people.
No.
I don't like.
It's
Yeah,
it's a no for me.
no.
That stuff scares me.
And I think it was what Andy had said too on Watch What Happens Live. He's like, I don't want to know how people are reacting to me dying. Like I don't want to
right.
see people hear that I died.
No.
Like I just want to die and then I'm dead.
Let's leave it for the afterlife.
Exactly.
like, really?
Yeah. or people who are like,
You
oh,
had
we
it
did?
coming.
All right, sure. Like, okay. Well, that one didn't get posted because it wouldn't be as dramatic. But we know you ride or die for Britney, and Britney's been a hot topic.
I know.
Are you pro or against the husband?
I'm pro.
Pro. Okay. Some people.
First of all, he's hot as fuck.
That is true. He is.
even if she's only getting that
But that
D
has
like
been, like,
once a
low
month,
key.
congratulations, babe. Like
It's been a low key conspiracy that he's like.
Yeah, I
he's
can't
in
figure
on
it
it.
out.
I don't
that
think
he
so.
like controls
I have no.
all of her shit, and then he always doesn't. But I don't really buy into like the really deep Britney. All those deep Britney
It's like-
conspiracies are too. It's just too much.
It's too messy and like how you don't know and
Yeah.
like you just don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
My thing is like she was practically a prisoner for 10
That's
years.
what. Yeah.
And like
She's like a.
forced
She's like a
to
newborn.
labor in like a Vegas residency a small tour, and I think there was. When she went into conservatorship, you had the circus tour, you had the Femme Fatale tour.
I went to the circus tour.
Incredible. I went twice.
Yeah.
Then you had a Vegas residency, and then she took that Vegas residency on a small little like tour. I remember it was like at Radio City. So you can't drive. You can only see your kids when they tell you to. You
can't go to the doctor.
You go to the doctor. You can't go to the doctor, or you go to the doctors that they tell you to go to. The doctors are being like given money to give her drugs so that she's like sedated.
What did she say? She couldn't take her IUD. They
wouldn't let her take her IUD.
Yeah. She can't like. I'm sure like she has to. Whoever she's dating has to be like approved.
Right.
Like 10 years of that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That would drive anybody.
She's
like
not going to know how to act now.
You've got to come out of that and learn how to heal.
Yeah.
And so the way that you behave out of something that traumatic, we have to give her a little bit of grace.
But like,
Is
no
that how
wonder
you
she's
feel about
posting her
the
vagina
nudity?
on there.
Yes, I was going to say the nudity.
If you want to pop that pussy and show it on Instagram, go for it, babe.
Yep.
We've seen it. We've already seen it. We've seen it from the TMZ video. So like,
But that's kind of what my thought was when I see like she has the little flower over it. I'm like, she wants to be free, and like she's really being free when she's just showing her.
I just wish you would
vagina
like.
everywhere.
My only thing is like the quality of the content. I'm like, find the light, Britt. Like, just get in front of a window.
It
like,
always looks like a green
like
screen
if you,
behind her.
like if you wanna show your goods, do it. But like at least
have good lighting.
At least have your coochie in good lighting. You know, like let's do that.
That is.
Do you think her husband's
so
taking the pictures, or is she doing self-timer?
No, I think she's doing herself.
Self-timer.
Yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
because they'd probably be a little more artsy, I guess, if like somebody else had the
quality
camera.
would be a
Sam
little bit
knows
better.
good light, I think.
Yeah.
Because you've seen his pic. Like, he's got
he
good
looks
pics.
great.
He's got good pics for sure. What do you dabble in reality TV? Like, do you watch reality TV? Rarely.
Like, I'm not a Bravo gay.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, I think that's good.
You don't have to be.
I'm a little judgmental of the Bravo gays, but we love them.
Yeah.
You know what? I think
I brought it up because Jamie Lynn Spears is on a new reality show on Fox.
She's on some boot camp.
Yeah, it's like a special forces.
Wow, that girl needs a check. Wow, she needs a check.
She really does.
Next, she will be selling condoms and vibrators on social media. Do you guys hawk those sort of things?
We don't.
No.
But we.
Okay, my opinion is like, if y'all see me selling like sex toys or condom or lube on
cry for help.
social media, I'm in financial trouble. Okay, like the money is not going well right now, and so I have the same philosophy for Jamie Lynn Spears on this like.
Special forces.
Special forces.
You know who's on the show with her? Kate Gosselin.
Kate Gosselin?
Yeah.
And Kenya Moore, isn't she?
Yeah, she is. Kate Gosselin's I think already been eliminated. I watched the first episode.
You're watching.
I watch everything.
Tuned in.
I watch.
What's
I
Kate's
tune
hair
into everything.
giving
There's no
days?
line.
It's flat.
Well, but it's not the Kate
Her,
Gosselin.
no, it's not
though.
her hair. It's like,
It's
but
normal.
she like already thought she broke her neck in like the first thing. So I think she's already been sent home.
How do we feel about Kate Gosselin? Because I feel
I haven't heard a lick about Kate Gosselin
at all.
in
quite
5+
some time.
years.
I mean,
maybe
she was
even
kind
more.
of sort of a villain in the show. Like she was kind of. I don't want to
Her
sound
5 seconds-
misogynistic, but she was a little bitchy.
Yeah.
But then I think we came to find out that like John was that his
John,
name?
yeah.
He wasn't doing shit.
No.
So
I
she
think
had
he was
every
an
right to
asshole.
kind of be
They got divorced.
bitchy. You know.
Well, it was funny because her like the 10 minutes they dedicated to her in the first episode was her being like, I really hated watching myself back on my TV show. Like I really felt like I complained a lot and like didn't like wasn't really myself.
She got the villain
and
edit.
then she and then she just complained while being on this show.
Would
and
you
then,
go?
And then went home.
Would you go on a reality TV show if it was the right one?
In all honesty, I
besides
think
Dancing
I'm
with the
done.
Stars?
I think I'm done.
Competition show?
I think it would have to. Okay, that's a lie.
What
That's
What
a
if
lie.
I did a Peloton
No,
one?
I don't think that's in the books. I think like a reality competition I've gotten my fill of.
Mm-hmm.
The only exception is RuPaul's Drag Race.
Gonna say that they were just all
Even
here.
the celebrity one, like there's a celebrity one. I would totally do that just
Yeah.
because I love Drag Race and I love RuPaul so much, and like I am not gonna shy away from this. Like I want to be a guest judge on this show so bad. So I will do anything.
Good, that's
I feel like
Including
that's a
manifest.
possibility.
Totally.
Yeah, for sure. And so let's put that and manifest that out there. But otherwise, no, because as much as grateful as I am for Dancing with the Stars, and I'm so glad that I did it, I would never do it again.
Yeah.
It was the hardest 3 months of my life.
Yeah.
And I sometimes look back and I'm like, wow, bitch, you are resilient, because it was so hard. It was 3 months, and I'm not saying this from like hustle culture perspective. Like, I had 0 days off for 3 months.
Yeah.
From Labor Day until Thanksgiving, I had 0 days off. Every day was like
Insane.
a 10 or 12 hour day of physical, like,
Really grueling
exhaustion.
on your body. And also
Were
at
you
a time
doing
where
classes at that
Yes.
time too? Yeah, I
a
forgot
lot of
that.
restrictions and all of that too, so it probably made it even harder than like how it
Yeah.
normally would be.
Yeah.
Just a lot on the body.
Yeah, he was doing dances in his apartment.
Yeah,
Like,
that's just insane.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
as much as I love it, as much as I'm grateful for it, it was so hard, and I'm so glad I did it, but I would never do it again. And I feel like any sort of competition show is like the same mental, it would not be good for my mental health. I'll just sell the condoms, loops, and vibrators on Instagram, you know?
Yes.
So
absolutely.
what's next for you?
What is
What's
next
coming up?
for me?
Yeah.
ASMR.
Yeah, it has been like announced, but I am writing a book, so
Love.
that is on the
Are
the
you
docket.
writing it?
I don't know if I can answer that.
It is about you.
It is about me.
Yep.
And
It's about you.
I've heavily influenced the writing of it.
Yeah.
So that's that.
exciting.
No, it's very exciting, and it was like it was kind of like
Is it
therapy.
just like are you on is it a lot of your whole life? Is it like life
It's
story
not like
or
a
more
memoir,
like
but more-
Peloton?
no, it's just more like I think I describe it as like life advice through my lived experiences.
Nice, okay.
Okay.
That's
So
nice.
like, but like same like fun and
Yeah.
things that I bring to like life in general. Obviously Peloton's in my life. I love Peloton, even though after 9 years, I'm still like love going to work and having purpose in what I do. And you know, I feel like I've said this, and I was actually on the, not to sound like that girl, but I just had a meeting with my life coach, and so much of where I want to go is just more so about taking care of myself and having more balance and having more joy and peace in my life. And so that is my main focus, and like creating and holding really good boundaries within my work life, so that I have more of that peace and that joy. So anything that will fit into those boundaries and fit into making me grow as a person, I'm all about.
I think that's
Amazing.
very smart and beautiful, and will continue to make you excited to go to work when you
Right.
have boundaries for your life.
Because I think when you first like jump into something like this, everyone gets in the mindset of like, oh my God, I need to be doing more. Everyone like you
Yeah,
see
that was
on
me for the
social,
past,
it's
like, 3 years.
Everyone's doing more. I need to do more. I shouldn't have any empty space. But
Empty
sometimes
space is
the empty
good.
space.
Isn't that a Taylor Swift song?
Blank space.
Blank space.
You almost had it, and now they're going to come for you.
They are.
you
How
not
dare
know
I
that
not
song?
know that song? No, I agree.
Yeah.
Like, let's have more time to not be doing things and take care of ourselves.
Yeah.
Like, life is stressful. Our mental health is like really important.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
I don't think we prioritize it enough.
Do you want to live in New York forever?
I always want to have a foot in New York. I've lived here for 13 years. I'm still not tired of it. I have like it's like the longest relationship I've had. And going through COVID in this city was really challenging for all of us. But it was also like such a pivotal point in my career and my life that like I'm sort of grateful for that time. I know that sounds crazy. But I think I'll always have a foot in New York. I mean, I bought an apartment here, so I think
it's
I'll have
stunning.
it. Thank you.
I remember it was featured.
No, it hasn't.
No?
I haven't sold the rights to that feature just yet.
Why not?
I-
Maybe
'cause
was it
hasn't
you
been-
yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I just like go through
Okay.
my part. Like you probably seen
I
it
feel
in
like
my,
when you first bought
Instagrams.
it was like I bought this apartment.
Yeah,
Or
for sure, but it
maybe
hasn't
was
been like
like
all done
a tabloid
up.
that did it.
It was
Maybe.
It was. I think it was page 6.
That's where I
But
saw it.
we haven't got
I
like
was
the
like,
full
damn,
details
Cody's
of the
apartment is
design.
insane.
Yeah, it's a great
Yeah.
place in Williamsburg. But my dream is that at some point I can go take like a 6 to 12 month sabbatical of like traveling, So hopefully that will happen, but no time soon.
Yeah.
Is there any spot that you really want to get to or spend some time at?
As far as traveling?
Yeah, traveling, or just like if you had to live in another place for an extended period of time.
So I just got back from Brazil. I absolutely love Brazil. I have not been there in 3 years. I used to go almost twice a year.
Wow.
I've been 7 times.
Okay.
Eu falo português, like enough, like suficiente. Like I speak enough Portuguese and like it's conversational. So I think when I go to Brazil, it is when you know the language of another country, it completely changes the lens in which you experience that country. So, and it's a massive country. I want to say country one more time. And then I would love to get to know more of that place. And I would love to spend like at least 3 months there.
Yeah.
That would be beautiful.
I love lots of South America. I just like think it's great.
I'm happy you didn't just say like LA.
No,
yeah.
LA, I have a relationship. I was born there. And my relationship with LA is out of necessity. So like I'm there almost like every other month or every quarter.
Yeah.
And it's always for work.
Right.
And listen, everybody has a friend in LA. So you go, you catch up, you have a dinner.
It's nice for the week or weekend.
It's
and
great
then
for the weekend.
out.
But like I would only be in LA out of necessity if I had like a project. If like my next big thing was like, you need to move to LA. Okay, I'll go.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not gonna fight it. Like that's where the opportunity is. But it's not my city.
Right.
And I love Miami.
Not out of pleasure.
Yeah.
Pleasure comes when you're there, but it's
It
not.
sure does.
Yeah.
And like I guess I could do Miami. I feel like I love Miami, but I don't feel like I could. I think after a while I'd be like,
Yeah.
okay, the fun is over. And
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
So I think like
That's like the feedback I feel like you get from a lot of people that live or have lived in Miami. That it's like it's so full force when you get there, and then after 6 months, a year, you're like, okay, where's like the calm spots?
Yeah,
like, but then people
exactly.
figure that out too.
Right.
So.
of course.
Yeah.
So I always love New York. I think I'll be here with 1 foot in the ground, if not, or 1 foot on the floor, at least 2.
Yeah.
And hopefully I'll get that sabbatical one point in my life, but no rush.
Yeah.
And if I have to move to LA, I can move to LA because there's a lot of entertainment content
Yeah.
stuff. So
You want to do hosting at all?
I'd love to do hosting.
You would be so good at hosting.
Thank you. Yeah, I'd love to do stuff like that.
Yeah.
I did I hosted the GLAAD Awards last year, and that was so much fun. And I think
because I really just feel like you're like a podcast host, even though it's like on the Peloton. Because
and like even
it's
LOL
not just-
Cody was like a talk show. I said it was
Yeah.
a talk show on wheels. Like
Yeah.
having celebrity guests there, having the other instructors there, shooting the shit, like getting to kind of do this like experimental content with Peloton was like such a blessing, but also so much stress.
Yeah.
That like I was like so anxious for like 3 weeks, but it was great, and I got to like flex those muscles.
Yeah.
And so I would love to do that in like a podcast space or entertainment space or just anywhere that really wants to give me a microphone and let me talk. I'm here for it.
I'm sure the opportunities are endless.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like hopefully.
And if there, big stuff you want to come back here and talk to us, we'd love to have you.
Yes, please come
Will
back.
do. I will.
There's always good stuff to talk about, and we love different perspectives and fun people. We love people who love pop culture.
And
I
opinionated
feel like we didn't
people.
even get into much pop culture.
I know it's.
We talked about Taylor. We talked about
weirdly
Britney.
kind of feel like we've been in a little bit of a slow.
Yeah, and
like the last month or so, there hasn't been too much. It's the holidays. I feel like people kind of
they're
trying to be
calm
nice right now.
down.
So, like,
hasn't many big scandals.
I am older than you too, so like I feel like I am like a little bit more. My pop culture references are a little bit more nostalgic, whereas like the current pop culture stuff, I'm like I don't even know what's going on. Like I couldn't tell you a single thing about Harry Styles. I'm sorry, and like so many people love him. I'm not coming for Harry Styles. Chill out, everybody.
Yeah.
I know two songs, and that's about it. Okay.
Stop being so opinionated on this podcast.
Stop being so opinionated.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, exactly. I don't even know. Yeah.
No, but that's a good mix. Like it's always like fun because it's also fun when people are like, I don't even know who you're talking about.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love when somebody's just like, I just don't really care about that.
I don't know.
Exactly. Well, but the last one we went with is I'll ask you about Pete Davidson because I feel like that's a good New York one.
Okay.
Like
How is he getting all these hot girls?
He's dating well, what's your opinion
the
on
dick
him?
has to be massive. Like it has to.
Has
like
to.
that
I'm
has
pretty
to
sure
be
it's been confirmed.
Great, good for him.
Yeah.
Ariana
Good for them.
did,
And so, there's
basically.
a
Yeah, I
lot
think
of
other people
people
have as well.
There's a lot of people from someone who has a lot of experience with men and dicks, I would say there's a lot of men who rely on their dick to be their personality. Does that make sense?
Yes. And that's not going to work.
Well,
it works for
right now. Maybe not for the long term.
Yeah.
But
there's just always somebody that he's with, you know?
Yeah, and good for him. Whatever game he's doing, he's bagging a lot of famous and hot girls. And I hope everybody involved is having a great time. And everything seems to be consensual.
Yeah.
And everything seems to be, you know, going well. Maybe not for him, though, because he did seem a little heartbroken. He was really heartbroken with Ariana, wasn't he?
Yeah, definitely. He claims he's a very, he's like a hopeless romantic. He says he puts a lot of emotions
but he'd be going into some interesting situations. Like, why are you going to date a woman who just got, like, who has 3 kids and just got out of a divorce? Like, not even divorce, is like separated.
Also, like, with Kanye West.
With Kanye West.
Not just anybody. Like,
Kim be out here using these men for gain.
until
and like more power to her.
Yeah.
You know, but
what popped into my head was, I did see this right before we started, was apparently Beyonce was going to have Britney in a music video and it fell through.
Okay.
But she wanted
Excuse me.
Britney
but
in
Beyonce, it has been 5 months. You put out this album.
Where are the videos?
Are the videos, girl? Where are the videos?
Because now we're losing interest.
There were nonstop rumors
I'm
that
not
she made a video
interest.
for.
But you lose interest until they come out again.
No,
like,
I'm not losing interest.
I
I'll
heard that
be
she was
interested, but right
making
now
a
I'm not
video
thinking
for
about
every
it.
song.
Yeah,
like
that was the rumor.
Yeah,
and like that's what she's done in the past 2 albums. Where are I have a feeling like they didn't meet her expectations,
right.
And she's like, "Nah, we're
She
not
pulled
doing
an Adele.
Yeah,
Adele. An Adele.
Like when
Adele residency.
when the residency was not up to par, and
but she's doing it now, isn't she?
Yeah, but they went on a break for months. They had to restructure the whole thing because I think it was like 2 days before we were supposed to start.
Oh, that's right.
And Adele was like,
"I'm not
pulled the
feeling
plug.
it. I'm not feeling it."
Yeah.
Beyonce, yeah, I would love to see the visuals. I would love to see a updated Beyonce and Britney collaboration. They did do a wonderful Pepsi commercial with Pink. I don't know if you two remember that one.
I think I do.
They're in a stadium.
Around the Super Bowl?
Yep, it's a Super Bowl commercial in which they were in a stadium and they might have been singing "We Will Rock You," but I don't know if that is. Don't confirm that.
Yeah.
And I feel like a bad Britney stan if I got that wrong.
Yeah.
But I would love to see an updated Beyonce featuring Britney, vice versa. But maybe we should wait an album.
Yeah.
Let's give Britney some time.
Let's
give her some time. We got that beautiful Elton John song.
Yeah.
That was wonderful. It gave us exactly what we needed. That's the first song she put out in 5 years.
Yeah.
So we'll take it. We'll take that.
We don't need to rush any of
We don't need to
That's
rush.
why there was no rush.
Britney's given us a lifetime of
there's
performances.
supposed to be a book.
There is,
but there's a paper shortage.
There's a paper shortage?
That's what she said.
I live. But she's also kind of like giving away the whole book on Instagram. If I was her publisher, I'd be like, girl, can you quiet down over there and save it for the pages?
There was a rumor that there was a paper shortage. Therefore,
just do an audio one.
Which
like
there's no paper shortage for Prince Harry's book. So yeah,
to print the book. Okay, that makes sense.
Yes.
I thought she meant like there wasn't like there was no
she did not
paper
she didn't
in her
have
printer.
Somebody needs to run to the store.
Like, as someone who has had a lot of difficulties with my printer, I completely get it. So
it's like, I thought about writing this book, but I can't print.
How much do you hate printing stuff?
The worst.
I have in my apartment, although it is a
something.
beautiful apartment, there's really no space for my printer, so it is on top of my stacked washer and dryer. So every time that I have to
your
print a
printer
document,
is on top of your washer and dryer.
I
feel like that would be a hazard.
It's
I don't
not
know
though.
why.
It's not. There's enough space up there. Oh, like melting?
Or
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know.
I didn't say I was smart.
Yeah.
Every time I have to print a document, I avoid it to the last minute because I have to like grab the printer, bring it down, plug it in, connect.
You're storing
your printer.
Yes.
You don't. It's not like plugged in up
the
there.
printer's
No.
plugged in and you're just keeping it up
But
there.
you see what I'm
printing.
saying? Like,
There's
no
that's
space
a problem.
for it, but I have to like print documents and sign it. I'm
Yeah.
just like,
The problem
enough.
is nobody has a printer anymore.
Exactly.
Like I don't know anybody. Like none of my friends have printers.
No.
And we can never figure out our printers in the office. And it's like
just ask somebody to print.
And
like,
I actually think it's insulting if somebody sends you something to sign and say you have to sign it on a piece of
Wet
paper.
sign it.
Right.
Yeah, it's
Like,
like
why can't we just sign it?
no.
Make me
There's so
like,
many instances recently where I've had
that's unbelievable. Everything should
to
be
wet
signed.
sign things, and I
And then-
learned this
and you-
phrase from having to sign it with the pen. You have to wet sign it.
You got to mail it?
I had to get something fucking notarized yesterday. I had to get the printer down, sign it, walk the block, get it notarized, bring it back. I don't understand, like, how
We've
in
moved
the
past
40 years of computers and printers, how have we not figured out
Right.
printers?
We have robots that are like doing everything these days,
They're
and we
creating
have to
art.
still sign documents.
And I think this is why Apple has never made a printer. Even Apple hasn't been able to conquer the printer space. They're
never
like,
even thought of that.
They're like, we'll make the computers, but fuck it, we're not touching these printers, y'all. Even our
leave that to
technology
Microsoft.
cannot handle it.
Microsoft's got the printers.
But they're still not slaying it. Nobody's
no,
slaying
no.
it.
No,
Anyway,
right.
no.
Should I leave
we're
you with
paper.
that?
Yeah,
Is
I
that
think
what
this
it
should
is?
be our ending
Printer
sentiment.
culture?
Yeah,
It's like-
that's the legacy.
That's the legacy.
that you're going
Oh
with.
man, well that's amazing, guys. Everybody follow Cody on social,
Thank you.
TikTok, Instagram. Do you tweet?
I have a Twitter, but I think
Yeah.
I've tweeted one thing.
Like I was gonna say, I feel like I mostly see your stuff on
just,
Instagram
I
and
can't
TikTok.
give myself to so many.
As
I
fair.
resisted TikTok for so long, and then my agent was like, "Bitch, if you don't get on TikTok,"
That's my problem.
I was like, "Okay, all right." So TikTok, Instagram.
Yeah. Well, you're very good on TikTok.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm trying. I'm trying to stay afloat with the kids these days.
Yeah.
But I'm not quick enough yet.
Yeah.
But we'll get there.
Maybe
Well-
if you make a printer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. That's content right
Yeah.
there.
You could literally
Me versus
3D
a printer.
print a printer,
Yeah.
and it still
That
wouldn't
is so
work.
fucking meta. 3D print.
You could 3D print a printer, still probably wouldn't work.
Exactly.
And if you have a Peloton, make sure you're taking Cody's classes as
Yes,
always.
please.
As you should.
And
They're the best.
You can find
in
them
my
on the.
opinion.
You know, I got to do a shameless plug.
Yeah, plug away.
Find it on the Peloton bike, or on the app, which you can get on your phone, your iPad, your Apple TV. It's all there.
Yep.
I think there's some. I don't know the days right now, but there's some sort of free trial.
Yes,
I think
there normally is. I
there
think.
normally is.
Yeah.
So if you haven't tried the
It's
app,
the beginning of the
app
year.
is
There
great.
has
There
to
has
be.
to be.
Yeah.
It's the
And I
beginning of the year.
swear by the Peloton app. Like when I'm on vacation and I don't want to think about a workout, bitch, I will do a strength workout
Hey,
on
that-
Peloton.
Trust
Trust
Last
me, I
night-
hear we were actually just talking about the Peloton app. My sister's got the Peloton app. My brother's fiance's got the Peloton app. Everyone's doing the Peloton app.
I don't like thinking. So let
Neither do
somebody
I.
else do the thinking for me. I can do the workout. I'll show up. I just don't want to think about it.
My boyfriend made fun of me last night because I was like, I've been bad. I have not been working out. And I was like, I need to ease my way. I know that if I jump in too heavy, like it's going to turn me off from doing it. So like last night I was like, I'm doing a 15-minute Cody ride. I did the one
Perfect.
from December. And I was like, and he was like, 15 minutes. It's like,
But
yep,
I have a feeling it was
15
hard.
15 minutes. It was hard.
I remember.
It
I think
was
I remember
hard.
that ride, and I was like, guys, I
I
know
was
we only have
laughing
15
at you
minutes.
talking about how JoJo got screwed by the music industry,
did.
which she did, and so I'm like laughing, and I'm like, and sometimes 15 minutes is hard because you just jump into it like
Yeah.
faster than normal.
15 minutes is
so
better
by
than
the,
nothing,
The end
though.
of the 15 minutes, I was
Absolutely.
dying. So
15
good.
minutes is good.
but it was good.
We
it was
love
good.
it.
It was
Thank
good.
you. That
Yeah, I
that is
recommend.
the end of the shameless plug section of the
There you go.
podcast.
Yep, exactly.
Thank you so much
Thanks,
for
Cody.
joining us.
Thank you for
Everybody
having me. It's
follow
been a
Cody.
pleasure.
All right, that wraps up today's episode of Chicks in the Office. We love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed. We just reached 110,000 subscribers. So people really want to bleach Noah's hair. Make sure you subscribe. We love you guys, and we'll talk to you on Friday.